Now that we have figured out the mean, we now have to figure out the deviation. So the formula that requires deviation is x minus m. So we would be doing, these points are x, and m is obviously the mean. So we'll just be doing these points minus the mean, and that will give us the deviation. Also, I've added a count here because later on, when we have to do figure out the standard deviation and the variance, within those formulas you have to divide by n, which is the count, so that would be by 30, which are the data points. Anyways, so in order to find out deviation, we have to go to cell C2, and we will type in the equal sign. And now we do B2, so that's this B and then 2. So that would be this data point right here, and now that would be B2. So we're going to do equals B2. Now, since the formula is subtracting the mean, we will do subtract, and we go find the cell that the mean's in. So the cell is B33. But instead of simply writing minus B33, we have to add dollar signs in front of the B and after the B, and you'll see why in a few seconds. So once we do that, you press enter, and then now there's your deviation. The dollar signs that we added earlier will allow this process to be easier. So once you have this deviation, you make sure you have this plus sign right here in the corner, and then you drag down all the way until you get to B31. Now, that allowed the formula right here to be constant within the cells, because without the dollar signs right here, these wouldn't be constant, and they would just keep subtracting using these columns which do not have our mean within it. So that just keeps the formula constant and allows the deviation to be proper. And of course, to figure out the final sum, which should all add up to 0, we're just going to be entering equals sum, and we're doing this within cell C32. And then once we click equal sum, we click on this area, the first sum that we got, and we wait till it becomes a plus sign, then we drag it over to the next column, and that will give us, that automatically gave us our sum right here, which is 0.